Alright, we are back, and this is the Draft Labs ADAM Tournament Series Sunday Edition. We've loaded up in the Abyss, and we are going to watch the second match of our first set of the day, featuring PNG Omega Pulsar on blue side, our winners of the first match, and PNG Omega Eclipse on red. Omega Eclipse taking a very nice composition, a beautiful composition, you'd say. Their draft phase went very well, whereas Eclipse, they've taken a composition that definitely has a singular idea behind it, except that one idea I don't think is quite as strong and is quite as potent on this map as the ideals that that Omega Eclipse have brought in. Now Eclipse, they're all out to the bushes right away. Once again, we're seeing Pulsar actually a little bit late on the jump, you guys. Just a little bit. Easy bush control going in favor of Eclipse. And this forward advantage is good for them because they don't have the strongest early game. I think that neither of these two teams have crazy early games. I still have to give it over to Eclipse because they do have more poke with Ari and Ezreal. Ezreal's a fantastic champion for the early game, but I don't think Jane Core quite built him into the early game Ezreal, which isn't a crazy thing because it's not like they're going to be pushed up on. It's not like they're going to be aggressed on too often here in this match because the enemy team doesn't have the greatest early game either. So the blue build, the blue start, going to the kind of scaling start for Ezreal, something I agree with in this specific case. 9 times out of 10, I will always say, go Sheen Ezreal. Your starting item should be Sheen on Ezreal. It makes his early game one of the strongest that you'll find. We are going to see the shove here. Wave clear is in abundance on red team, you guys. You have Sion. One thing that makes him a fantastic champion on this map, the fact that he provides tons of wave clear and is super tanky. Not very many tanks provide that minus Galio. PNG Shadow gets pulled in. Matter of fact, double pulls. He's taken very low. That's actually going to end up being a first blood going to Sundays. Surprisingly enough, PNG Shadow makes a bad decision there to get it within pull range. If even one pull comes like that, another pull is following, and the follow-up damage will be hefty. I would have really liked to see a Graves here instead of the Vayne. Graves with his burst damage would kind of, would apply in this pick composition a little bit better. A burst damage 80 carry. You bring in some attack damage, but you still bring in burst. Lucian also would be a good pick here, a good fit for this comp. Vayne, she's going to need some time to get scaling first. Now there's some more CC, Frozen, forced to boop his way out of there. PNG Shadow knocked on the wall. Frozen also goes in. He's pulled in as well. He's taking more damage. Sundays picks up the second kill. Somehow this early game is sliding easily in favor of PNG Pulsar. Just because they're getting the nice pulls off. They decided that they were just going to go aggressive. They decided that they were just going to go aggressive, try to get some pulls, and try to capitalize on this massive amount of crowd control that they put in. And this was something that I miscalculated in the champion phase, in the champion select phase, you guys. It's not too often that we see these double pull comps. And as a matter of fact, now that I think about it, aggression is the way to go. You want to be moving forward, creating picks for yourself. This is a pick composition. They got to play aggressive, get pulls, and each pull, each little bit of crowd control that they land is going to be followed up by more. And hopefully, if their target selection is correct, if their synergy is correct between, like, their vision and where their aggression is going, they should be able to pick up kills off it. The only issue, it's going to be one kill at a time. It's great that the Vayne is getting rolling early, though. This is exactly how it should be. These kills were not very difficult for them to pick up, and the fact that Sundays got both of these kills means that they were probably giving them to Sundays. They were probably accounting for this and giving those kills to the main carry of the team. Another thing that we see very, 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 very little of in our matches because everybody's got ARAM-itis. Flash forward from Degalahi. There is some follow-up damage, but Demonic One isn't quite able to capitalize, unfortunately enough, of course. Sunday's in a fairly good position here. The mobility of Vayne keeps her safe from the Ahri. At least more safe from the Ahri. The chances of this tower being hit too much and being taken down before, I'd say, 8 minutes is very low because there just isn't an incredibly large amount of siege on blue team. They're going to be picking up one kill at a time, and with so much wave clear available on red, they should always have some sort of defense potential. Especially if it's after 6 with Ezreal's ultimate. You can see that Shadow goes in, Anti-Holic goes in, and that's a full wave cleared out easily. Shadow, 1 E from Shadow, 1 Q from Anti-Holic, and that's just the easy full wave clear. They should just continue doing that. They have a team that has a lot of defensive potential as well, so both teams have a lot of defensive playmaking skills here, or playmaking ability. Now what's going to happen next is the question. The next big landmark of this match is the level 6. And the level 6 for red team is more strong in my opinion. But the level 6 for blue team is going to come first. Considering they have those 2 kills, that's Scion and Gnar. Wow, the 2 most important ultimates for red team are the ones that are delayed. So they're going to have their level 6 a little bit late. Now, it happened later here. I didn't mention it right as soon as it happened, but the level 6s for Frozen and Shadow both came later than anybody else's, but nobody really made any plays off the ultimates on blue side, so they're actually given time to get those level 6s without getting engaged on. Another downside of these pick composition that most of the times they don't have super strong level 6s. So right now, what I assume is happening here is that we're going to start seeing some posturing from red team, from Omega Eclipse, to try to get some sort of big engage off. We'll most likely see once Frozen gets his Gnar bar up, look for a marked dash engage. If he gets a good one, they should be in a good situation. And then once he goes in, Shadow's going to follow up. Shadow's low on health, so Shadow's most likely not going to be the main engager unless he sees a really nice opportunity. Siren says, OMG, I hate the dumb teammates. I hope you're not talking about my teammates that I'm watching right now. Hopefully you're talking about yours. There's the hook, but Frozen's just going to get pulled into a nice engage here. He's locked down quite a bit. Good disengage from the remaining members, not Demonic one, but the remaining members of Pulsar here. There's the counter engage, rather, from Strider. First kill is going to go in his favor. Frozen was also taken fairly low, but there's a good amount of stuns going down on the blue side. PNG Shadow does pick up 1 kill in his passive form. That is 1 for 1 so far, you guys. 2 for 1, rather, as Shadow did end up going down. Anti-Holic and Jane Core, the only 2 left available. And that's a 1 for 2 trade in blue team's favor here, you guys. They denied Gnar's big engage really well. And then as you saw, matter of fact, I want to rewind this one to show that one to you guys. I want to rewind this one to show you guys how that ended up playing out, because there was really good movement between the members of PNG Pulsar here. Let me go back for you guys. I was getting my Xbox controller ready. For those of us who don't know, I use an Xbox controller. I bind the keybinds of the spectator mode to an Xbox controller, and I actually use that to control my camera. I wasn't holding it at that moment. So here goes the beginning of this fight. PNG Frozen gets pulled in. You can see that Demonic one knows to go in right away because they need continued crowd control on that engager. They have to keep him at bay. He gets his Mega Gnar, but he can't use his ultimate yet because Demonic one is the only one here. He's trying to get back into the fight, but look at this. Every single member besides Demonic one had disengaged and gone way far back. They're splitting the enemy team up. And then right as soon as red team start to move forward and are looking for an engage, it's the perfect time for a Vel'Koz ultimate. He throws it down, gets full damage value onto PNG Shadow, takes him down, forces him into his passive, and then from there, they can kind of just ignore him. Now, he is going to pick up 1 kill here, but that's not the worst thing ever. They pick up more kills in the process, and the 2 for 1 trade goes in favor of blue side. That's really nice. Really well played out on their side. Good decision-making from them. And, you know, it's something that better plays of the Poke Comp than I've seen in quite some time. Siren asks, what's the score? The score is, you can see the score on the screen, can't you? Can you not see the score? I hope you can see the score. You guys have to check that now as well. You guys are freaking me out. Oh, you guys can't see the score? I took it away yesterday. Oh my god, there's the score. I didn't have the score in the last match either. Oh no. No. That sucks. Well, thank you for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know, Siren. I forgot to put up the nameplates in the last match. Somebody should have told me. Oh well, not a big deal. I should be able to insert them post-production, if you know what I mean. Now 4-1. In kills in favor of blue side. Still more wave clear coming out from red team. I mean, just so much of it that the chances of blue side of Pulsar picking up a nice big siege opportunity is very slim. They're only getting tiny little windows of time to go in and get a couple of auto attacks, an auto attack or 2 onto that tower, and that's going to continue. Sundays, he's looking for an execution. It's not a bad time to do it, but they can't make an engage here. DeGalhi pulling Frozen back in was not a good idea. He actually is just going to end up getting himself taken down. Now Frozen's in a good position to be able to move forward and try to get some sort of engage off here. He's trying to get as much damage as possible. Nice little counter engage from Demonic One, but you know what? Frozen does get a little bit of damage off here. This is a good opportunity for Red Team, you guys. That was a big misplay, in my opinion, on from Pulsar's part. They're not going to be able to make a dive because they don't have enough ultimates available. Actually, Nar's ultimate's coming up right now, and actually as is Shadow's. So they can make a dive here, but the follow-up is going to be minimal considering the lack of ultimates available. Nice ultimate there from Strider, but you know what? That's a big one. That's a victory for Anti-Holic in my opinion because he was just trying to get the execution and the kill didn't end up going over to Sundays. Sundays could have picked up that execution kill fairly easily. It was kind of being handed to him on a silver platter. Strider get a little bit, whoa, what is going on here, man? What is going on here? Y'all fired for not noticing the missing nameplates, yeah. All you new people, you're fired. So a couple more little weird plays, lots of suicides here. PNG Shadow. Oh, excuse me, he's locked, oh my goodness, he's locked down and taken out. More good pick potential. Thresh gets a hook. Nautilus gets a hook. And then Sundays follows up with a little bit of kind of good damage and crowd control. Sundays is doing a really nice job of kind of forcing his way into the enemy team. You know, forcing his way into dealing some damage. It's difficult for some Vayne players to do that. Now, one thing we got to mention in this match, you guys, because it's already 10 minutes in and no towers have fallen quite yet. Scaling. Where's the scaling going in favor? You do have a Vel'Koz and Vayne who both, I don't want to say Vel'Koz scales really well, but you know what? Because no AP champions really do, but he does do good damage. He does do well in the late game. Only issue is that he's a little bit too squishy and a little bit too immobile. So if an engage happens, he's going to be the first one to drop. But Vayne, great scaler, hyper carry. Then we also have Ahri and Ezreal, not the most friendly scalers, not the best scalers ever. Uh-oh. Here comes an engage. Frozen is just disengaged right away, man. This is working out so well for PNG Omega Pulsar. The Galley, he's looking for some follow-up crowd control, and lots of members of Pulsar are very healthy. So what they do here, what their strategy for this match has been so far, is play forward, push forward, force the enemy team into a defensive position. Every time you see them moving forward and trying to posture for some sort of engage, just kite backwards. All 4 members of blue team just kite backwards. Get to a safe area, kill them before they can make that big engage and before their team can follow up. In all honesty, what we need is for PNG Shadow to start making these engages. Now that first tower is going to go down as there were a couple of more picks in favor of blue side. It is 11 minutes into this match, so nobody's game. Just a little bit of a lead for blue side. That's Pulsar. Speaking of scaling, what is Ezreal's tier looking like? Ezreal's tier is... oh, it's a man immune now, but it's 444 out of 750. Oops, don't want to fast forward it. Now this is a nice situation. Having the first tower down for blue side is cool, especially for their playstyle. And the reason is because if they can push that much farther forward, it gives them that much more room to kite backwards. While on the other hand, it's also good for PNG Eclipse because with this gaining of space, this gaining of more no man's land, the enlarging of no man's land on the map, it gives them more space to make their big engage as well. And with the large amount of mobility available on red team as well, not only through the tanks Mark dashes, but also through the carries, Ezreal's Arcane Shift and Ahri's ultimates, they will be able to follow up no matter how long the engage is. I mentioned that before the map, and now there's just even more space to make a surprising engage and things like that. Sundays flashes out of a stun, but PNG Shadow's getting pulled in. All the damage is being dropped here. He pops his ultimate, but not an incredibly large amount of to come from it. 1 kill for 1 going here. Ahri picks up the kill on the Thresh. PNG Jane Core trying to follow up here. Sunday's still alive, and with the ultimate popped, is able to disengage. That fight ends at a 1-for-1, you guys. The members of red team that are left, in my opinion, are more important, but Frozen is going to need to get his Mega Gnar back available. Flash forward from Anti-Holics. Sundays pops a quick Bork to stay alive, but that one's still traded 1-for-1. Demonic One in a tough situation. Strider now in a 1 versus 2 scenario. Frozen just going to kind of follow him out, do whatever he can. Wow, Vel'Koz looks a lot bigger right now than he usually does. Demonic One maybe going for some sort of suicide or trying to create a pick for his Vel'Koz here, but I don't think Vel'Koz is really going to be able to do too much against the mobility of Frozen and Jane Core. Now, Degalahi is back. If he's able to make a pull here, nope, doesn't find it. That's unfortunate. Jane Core doing a great job of poking, man. He's poking. And he throws down the snipe. Strider goes down. Nice pull from Demonic One. He's trying to bait them to deal damage to him, but Jankor just waits it out. Arcane shifts backwards and picks up a double kill. That was just about as long as of a delay between kills as double kill can get. Frozen has the ultimate, throws it down into Galahi, gets the second stun, but Galahi isn't locked down for too long. Sundays now dealing lots of damage, picks up a solo kill onto the Scion here. Make that a double. Scion's in his passive, so he's going to force Sundays backwards. No triple kill potential here for the Vayne. Actually, maybe there is. The ultimate has been popped. That's a triple kill now. Quadra potential, but might just back this one off. Not the best way to chase out an Ahri at full health. Well played. Sundays makes the plays, you guys, and Sundays is getting fed. 7, 2, and 5 on the Vayne. It's exactly where you want a Vayne to be at 15 minutes. What's up, Storm? Hello, Alfie. How is Craig? Weirdo. Now, with all members, at least 3 members of Red Team here, there isn't going to be, that's PNG Eclipse, by the way, there isn't going to be too much potential for Blue Team to be able to take the tower down. You can see Pulsar, they know that the farther forward they push, the more space they're giving for themselves, the kite, but also the more space they're giving for Eclipse to make an engage. So right now, this game is being played right exactly in the center of no man's land. Very cool to see. There's the Mark Dash from Demonic One. Potential bait here. PNG Shadow gets disengaged right away. But here comes the counter ultimate. He's just going to jump right behind the enemy team. Not bad because they're all locked in place. Not a bad opportunity for Frozen to get in here. Ezreal's not quite in the fight yet. Shadow gets taken down first. Frozen has his ultimate available. He's not giving very many opportunities to pop, but he flashes forward. It does not even get the animation for the ultimate off. 2 kills go in favor of Blue Team right away. They've kited back in that team fight so effectively. They're able to just keep themselves attacking those tanks. Now, the Vayne pick is really shining through for me. The Graves would have been great for those early game kills, but now that we're getting post 15, where Sundays has the Bork and has a little bit of armor pen, this is the true tank buster Vayne here, and they're playing around the Vayne. They're doing so really, really well. Also, keep in mind that the Vel'Koz was picked as well, so he's got true damage to deal with those tanks. This is the play style here. It fits so well with the composition, and this is not what I expected to see from Blue side. This is not the kind of playstyle I expected to see. It's a kite comp. You thought it was a pit comp because they've got the 2 hooks. It's a kite comp. They just wanted copious amounts of crowd control. What's up, Peanut Butter? Welcome back. Peanut Butter, team captain of Nacho Tacos, you guys. Nacho Tacos played 4 of the 8 members that you're seeing today in one of our matches last night. To Galahi. That's a pull for a pull, really. A charm for a pull, as a matter of fact. Shadow still getting disengaged. Somehow Degalahi survives. Sundays is unstoppable. Has the ultimate pop, trying to get inside of the fight, but isn't quite able to do so. Gets ulti, but no stun. Sundays still staying alive somehow. Frozen drops. As does Thresh. PNG Jankor ends up getting that snipe, but it's still another 2-for-1 trade in Pulsar's favor. Interesting. Okay, does Lakes not watch Doctor Who? Confirmed. Yeah, he does not. No, he doesn't. Oh no. I'm not from EU, bro. Nice engage there from Jankor. Pops in, picks up that kill onto Strider, who was trying to get a sneaky one in there for himself. That's a punishment if I've ever seen one, and a great decision from Jankor. Here comes the engage from Shadow. It was well dodged by Sundays, but there is still potential stun here. Flash forward from Sundays was beautiful. Exhausted, forced to pop the barrier. It doesn't end up going down, but it was still a nice play nonetheless. Demonic One now the only one left here available for Pulsar. He drops pretty easily. And now Eclipse. They're on the run. They're on the chase, you guys. Anti-Holics was the only one that went down in that skirmish, so they don't have everything they need, but at least they have the AD Ezreal here for a little bit of siege. Hopefully they can get a turret down or something here. Jankor barely gets away from that one. They got to rush down this tower. They got to even up this game now. We're approaching 20 minutes in, you guys. Nice jukes there from Jankor. He really is the one who opened up the opportunity for Red Team to pick up that first tower. Degalahi picks up the kill onto an unsuspecting Ezreal with his ultimate. PNG Frozen now locked down for a decent bit of CC. Shadow's just going to turn and jump onto Strider as he knows Frozen and Degalahi aren't really going to be able to kill each other. Neither of them have much damage. But Sundays is back, you guys, and Sundays is the man to watch. He's got some new items, a Phantom Dancer built outright. Damage is massive. Sundays able to pick up the first kill into Shadow. Still has plenty of movement speed to be able to outrun Shadow in his passive form. Actually decides to sustain up off of him a little bit. This Vayne is real scary right now, you guys. Real scary. And Sundays just doing such a great job of positioning in these team fights and using the Vayne to her fullest potential on this map. Using the E to disengage from the engager, kiting backwards, killing whoever it is that's trying to lock onto you, and then from there, utilizing your own tanks who are most likely kind of disrupting their own backlines. Then from there, you jump into the fight using your ultimate. Really nice, man. Really nice. We need to see more big engages from Frozen. Frozen, he has the Mark Dash, but has not used it to make an engage yet. The Mark Dash engage is the one that is the one that's going to be a game changer here if Shadow's able to kind of get with it, if you know what I mean. A mark onto Jinx or a mark onto Vel'Koz should be an easy thing to attain, Vel'Koz at least, and then you jump onto him. Even if you just take out Strider right away, then it leaves only Vayne as the damage source for blue side, and from there, if all 4 of your members from red team are available, they should be able to take her down no problem, because there will be easier focused damage. Another ultimate from Frozen just to try and clear out the waves. Surprisingly enough, they don't need that. They just have Shadow E and Anti-Holix Q. That they really don't need the Ezreal ultimate to be used there. In my opinion, they're going to need it when that Mark Dash engage come in, so a little bit of a faulty decision make there on Jane Core's part. DeGala, he's looking for the engage, pops the ultimate, gets PNG Frozen locked down. Strider stunned right out of the ultimate. That's no Vel'Koz counter engage for you guys. First kill goes in favor of red team. PNG Frozen gets the Mark Dash engage. He's looking for Sunday's Falls. 2 very important members of blue team going down right away. Demonic One going to be the first to follow. And now Strider. No, Strider was actually killed and came back. Oh, no, he wasn't killed, excuse me. So, it was actually, Strider was not taken down during that fight. I know I said he was, but now he's the only one left available. He does not have his ultimate up. It was actually canceled at the beginning of that fight, so his wave clear potential is not as high as it usually is. I mean, Vel'Koz still has some decent wave clear under his belt. And now with the turret aggro being bounced in between these champions, Strider actually picks up a kill, a double kill as a matter of fact. But you know what? Now is the time to take down this tower. These double kills given up to Strider are not big deals, you guys. They should be able to take down this tower here. They're not going to be able to push this inhibitor, but with the 2 most mobile members on their team still alive and kicking, they're going to be able to disengage here at least. Ezreal's dead. We all know Ezreal can kite like a mofo. If you know what I mean. Peanut Butter says, I only have me and Salty right now, and that's referring to Team Nacho Tacos. Siren, you better get your NA account up to 30 soon, my friend. Nacho Tacos is going to need you. There's a nice pull from Demonic One, but not too much to follow. Jane Core is there. Jane Core is getting that late game Ezreal build all worked up, you guys, and he's dealing lots of damage. Almost a double kill for Jane Core, but that kill goes to Frozen. Frozen now 2-7-11. Definitely could have used that kill, in my opinion. A Bork, surprisingly enough, on this Gnar. I definitely would have recommended something different. More of a full tank build here. But you know what? This game is lasting so long that all the items that people thought they were going to have when the game ended, they're already built those. They're already well and through those, and they're getting into the next set of items. So the core items are all already finished, and we're getting into kind of like the rounding out the builds and rounding out the composition. So a lot of the builds are going to determine what goes on in the next few phases of this match here. Sundays is going to need to build some defense. Sundays, in my opinion, actually is going to need to build into a Quicksilver Sash. A Quicksilver is going to work really well for Sundays because the crowd control, it is coming. It is going to hit at some point. Now, DeGala, he takes some damage, but also tries to start an engage. Frozen doesn't have his Mega Gnar available. Actually, he just lost it a second ago. PNG Shadow jumps into the back line. Sundays gets exhausted. Not a bad exhaust, but he's going to be able to negate a little bit. Frozen might be the first one to get taken down, but he actually makes his way out by jumping off the top of the head of Sundays. Shadow is the first one to fall here. Gnar goes down second. Ezreal picks up a kill onto the Nautilus here, and this is another 2-for-1. Geez, you guys, all these fights are ending as 2-for-1s in favor of blue side here. Anti-Holix and Jane Core, the only 2 left available. But you know, these are the 2 kiters. If anybody's going to be alive for red team, it needs to be these 2. Jane Core doing a nice job of just throwing out as much damage as he can. The damage he deals right now is quite important. What's up, Player Slayer? Welcome, my friend. Welcome, my boy. Now that ultimate was merited, and the reason I say this is because there was no Scion here to add to the wave clear for anti-holics. Strider has some dope damage, you guys. He throws it down, but PNG Shadow doesn't stop his ultimate. He does lock down Sundays and gets the slow. The charm follows. Sunday's gonna drop to Galley. He's taken down next, and a nice quick late ace here for Red Team with only Nautilus available to defend. Surprisingly enough, Red Team are actually kind of getting the scaling advantage. They've been winning a couple of team fights here, and the ones that they have been won very hard. Inhibitors already down. Red Team also have the advantage in terms of objectives as well, so Demonic One forced to pop everything he's got, but these turrets are falling fast. Still 15 seconds left into Galley and Sundays. I underestimated the duration of this match. 24 minutes in. The death timers are long, you guys. Red Team might even be able to take the game off of this. Strider pops his ultimate, but it's not dealing enough damage. Sundays is coming back, but will it be fast enough? Degali, he pops his talisman. There might be some last-ditch defense effort here, you guys. Sundays picks up a double. Sundays looking for the triple, does find it. Maybe even a quadra here, but Shadows might even be able to get the Nexus down. No, he doesn't. The passive doesn't last quite that long. Anti-Holics looking to disengage from Sundays, but Sundays picks up the ace and a quadra kill. Huge quadra kill for Sundays, and a big defense here from Blue Team, rather. If Sundays was smart here, matter of fact, I can't even say that. The smartest decision to be made here. Oh, that's a difficult execution, you guys. Oh no, Nautilus was there. Never mind. I was gonna say that's a difficult execution for Strider to make because he's leaving a super minion there to attack his Nexus. Now, Blue Team, they're gonna try to make their mark here on this match. After that team fight, they're gonna take down the inhibitor and then disengage right away. Good decision from them, especially using that talisman there. The reason I say that is because the mark dashes were definitely coming. Hey, Din2 UDF, welcome to the stream. Acknowledge me, Style Senpai. You have been acknowledged, Jane Kosan. Jane Kosan, you are an honorable viewer. I hope that's not offensive. Now, Demonic One, these mark dashes right on the enemy team. Oh no, he's being taken low real fast. They were hoping, nice lantern there, they were hoping that something was going to happen there where they were able to kind of counter-engage, but Strider's ultimate didn't end up getting much done. They might just rush down this Nexus. PNG Frozen gets a couple of stuns at the area end there, but Sundays is now unstoppable. Sundays is dealing so much damage. Shadow, he knows with his passive that he will be able to take down this Nexus here. He's just going to bum rush it, you guys. He's plenty healthy. This actually might end up being game here. Shadow, he has his passive available, doesn't even end up needing it. Sundays and Demonic One both fell. Sundays was really the guiding light here for Blue Side, with him going down at the very last second here. Team PNG Omega Eclipse are going to take game number 2, and we have a tie on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Exactly what we wanted to see. Both teams are going to be walking away with 1 point, or excuse me, both teams are going to be walking away with 2 points this set, going towards their team standings in our Draft Labs Summoners, or excuse me, Draft Labs ADAM team stats, which you can find on our website or down underneath the stream in our panels. Well played, you guys. GG. That was awesome.